We have told you that the veil is thinning. We've told you on this very program that this means that mastery, wisdom, physics, energy, all the things that are on the other side of the veil you don't have now are starting to pour into you, the new human, that your pineal itself is opening up and allowing that veil to pour in new information. And then we gave you this information. The veil, where is that? Where is this mysterious veil? And we told you it's within you. And then we told you something that perhaps you don't believe. You come into this planet completely and totally prepared for everything there is. You, the human being, your soul parts that come in with you, the divinity that comes in with you knows all of the universal physics there are, but you are only able to glean that which you can have as a human being by the energy of the consciousness of the time on the planet. Did you know that on this planet Earth there were other times and other civilizations where you were able to go higher, where there were inventions and ideas and things worked on and developed even, because there was higher ability there with a higher consciousness? And the question is always, well, if evolution works on a basis where it gets better and better and things happen in a more efficient way, why is it that we don't have all that today? And the answer is because of the old energy of the conquerors that took over and suddenly that was gone. It wasn't even realized that it was there. And the high thinkers of certain civilizations were then sequestered and then they went away, and you returned to an old energy package or packet that only could think a certain way. That is changing. So now suddenly you are being given the ability to use more of what you had all along. It's not coming from another source, dear ones. It is within you and you're peeling the onion of the energy of consciousness to a higher level. And when this veil of yours starts to get thinner, more things start to occur and higher inventions are coming. We have told you some of what they're going to be, but it won't happen until you realize these things and cognizing your ability to do them. Now there will be some surprises, regular students being able to take advantage of these things because all humanity is experiencing it. This is not sequestered to spiritual thinkers. This is all humanity. If the veil lifts, it's for all humanity. So these things will be developed perhaps even in universities or in laboratories, but they don't have to be. What's next, you might add to the questions of the day. Shall I reveal yet again what is to come? One of the biggest inventions that is sitting there waiting to be discovered is the ability for humanity to actually see and measure multidimensionality. We call it the quantum lens, and we have said this before. It's a tool. We will not give away the size of the tool, but it will be large at first, just like so many of your other inventions. It has some of the attributes of plasma and cryogenics, but it will create the ability for you to look into that which is the multidimensional realm. It will start small and get bigger, but it will give you the ability to see other dimensionalities. Now don't get me wrong. There are those who say, oh my goodness, here comes time travel. Here comes other dimensional sight. No. It's an instrument that simply will show things that are not seeable in 3D. That's what it does. Now why is it a revelation? Why will it make the differences in everything? Because you are in 3 dimensions at the moment, actually you call it 4. That's your designation. It's a linear place and that is where you are, where you're comfortable, and yet we have told you that within your own body there is multidimensionality. That within your own cell structures there are processes that depend on dimensionality beyond 4D. We have told you that this even postures disease. It helps to be able to look at a cell perhaps and see it totally different. What if you could look at biology and suddenly you saw different processes because the multidimensionality of the quantum lens was clearly showing it to you? Things you didn't know were going on even with cellular structure, with the live essences within your own body and what takes place and how it works, how it moves it around, how it holds things in place, how it uses actual magnetics within cellular structure to encapsulate certain kinds of systems you didn't know existed. What if you were in a world without the X-ray or without any of the other things that allow you to see within the body the way you do today? Everything would still be a mystery, would it not? Trial and error. You wouldn't know. It would be now, right now like this, the difference between having the ability to see inside your dimensions or not at all. That's how radical this invention will be. Dear ones, it's coming. And that which is your consciousness that has postured you almost in the dark for all of these years is starting to raise. And with you raising your own consciousness, the ceiling of your smartness will start to raise as well, and the new inventions are going to start. And when they do, there will be many of them. I just gave you one. And you will start to see the structure of the universe, how it works in ways you didn't think, especially when the lens becomes developed so you can look at the stars and finally see the patterning that you've missed all along. It's coming. So that which limits your smartness and your thinking and your intellect is starting to change, and God didn't have anything to do with it. That was you, and you will be the ones to raise it because of the divinity that you have inside. I am Kryon, in love with you all. And so it is.